That happened. That literally happened. Uh, that was the strangest thing I've ever seen. My live just cut off out of nowhere, just blacked out, just cut off, no reason, just cut off. So yeah, again, I'm Allison with one L, the Alpha Oracle. We're in the middle of doing a love reading, and boy, the live just cut. What do you say to that? Hmm? I mean, what you want to say? What you want to say? So I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing the reading anyway, and I'm gonna let you guys get back in here and pour back into the room and do your thing. So come on in, welcome in. Make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I'm going to be doing Golden Girls Tarot love readings over here on YouTube and on TikTok. I'm going to be doing the therapy sessions. So if you want mental health, you got to go to TikTok, and if you want romance, stay over here on YouTube, because I think that YouTube is a better place for my Golden Girls deck. I think I can do much more, and I like it. And I just love Golden Girls, and I understand it. And I think we have the age and population for people who understand the Golden Girls much better. Not saying that TikTok doesn't, but y'all get it for real. So the lovers, Dan and Dorothy Spornak and Sophia Petrillo. You could have had a mother figure that tried to come between you two. This could be an actual mother, someone who was like a mother. Take that as it resonates. It could have been just someone or something that came between the two of you, right? We got to find out what this could be. This could have been a mother. Again, this could have been someone who felt motherly that came between you two. This could have been your actual mother. Someone's mother could have came in between this relationship, to keep you guys apart. So again, lover is the first card out. Was the lover's first card out? You can't even make this up. And my live got cut out of nowhere. So this relationship could have got cut out of nowhere. I thought that was so interesting. Like, my live just got cut out of nowhere. And we was spinning good, y'all. So I'm gonna post that one because it wasn't that long. So when you go back and watch it, that was your person's feeling. So I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and pull out the lovers, and I'm gonna um pull on um what's going on between these two. We're gonna go on the thoughts and feelings of both parties. Okay. So stick around if you want a love reading. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing the mental health ones, probably more on TikTok. I like it better over there. They seem to be going better over there. And I'll just stick to love readings over here with you guys. Hello. Hi. I'm not said, probably said it wrong. Hello. Put some brains in the chat if you like psychology and tarot and spirituality. Brains in the chat if you like psychology and spirituality and you feel like they should go hand in hand. If you feel like they should go hand in hand, spirituality and psychology, they should not have been separated. Put some brains in the chat because that is very logical thinking. You are correct. Spirituality and psychology and science are all one and the same. Okay. And we can heal through tarot. That's a real thing. So I'm going to leave the lovers out here at the top. All right. Let's go over your partner's thoughts, and then your thoughts. Let's pull your partner's thoughts. Your partner's thinking about money and balancing themselves. You are thinking about being strategic. The viewer is thinking about being strategic. Your partner is thinking about their money. Okay. So I did it that way. Let's do some confirmation. Someone could like lizards or have little alligators. Someone could be from Florida. Get a little alligator. It's a combination for somebody. Someone could have a bee or like bees, something about bees. Someone could have bees around them. Someone could have a spirit animal as a bee. Someone could be busy as a bee. Bee, chicken, and ranch dressing. Am I single by any chance? I am single. I am very single. Pineapple. Dull pineapples. Someone could like pineapples or eating pineapples. Bagels. Someone could be eating bagels or have donuts, some type of pastry. Someone could like elephants or have a spirit animal as an elephant or something with the family. You could like elephants or have elephants around you, elephant decor, something with elephants. Okay. And someone could be eating Mexican or having some salsa tonight. Or it could be Taco Tuesday or something like that. Okay. Confirmation for somebody. Let me know. Put some hearts in the chat if that is you. Again, confirmations. Some Conte sauce. Is it muted? Okay, can you hear me now? Is it still muted? It shouldn't be muted. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? That's so weird. Can you hear me? No? No sound? That is so strange. Um. Okay, it's fine. You can hear me now? Good. All right. Thank you. Let me know. Let me know. Put some hearts in the chat if you can hear me, please. Let me know. So I'm not recording for this for no reason. I'm sitting here talking for a damn hour, and then I go back and listen to the live, and there's no sound. Let me know, please. Put some hearts in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know if the sound is on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the feedback. Okay. I'm gonna do some more. I got this again. Then Lunchables. Some could be doing some work around the house. Hammer. Oh, damn bagels again. Damn, somebody ate all that. That might be gone. Someone ate all the pastries. Who been eating bagels? Someone be eating pastries. If you're the person, be say me at some point, please. Even if you're watching the rerun in the when I upload this, whoever this is, please say me. And then someone may have some giraffes. I'll be around them giraffes. That means maybe significant to somebody. Giraffes, little giraffes. All right. So those were your things. Okay. Might pull more at the end. All right. I'm gonna pull the characters for your person. And your person. Your person's coming out here like this. A Shifu master, okay? You in the spirit world are coming out as not a villain. Not one of the goddamn villains. Ah, whose reading is this? So your person's coming out like this and you're coming like this, okay? So I'm gonna put them on top of the cards so I can know who's who. I like characters. So I can tell you who's who. You know who. You can I'm a visual learner. All right. So we have the Shifu Master, your person's thinking. I went to the thoughts first. Remember, this is a love reading. We have Dorothy and Stan Spornak over here. Your person's thinking about making money. They're thinking about their bag. Okay. That's this person who's, a little wise. Maybe they're active. They may do yoga. They may be, again, they may be wise. This is a Shifu Master. So they may be very skilled at something. Take that as it resonates. but they're trying to find balance. They could feel imbalance right now. Again, there is a marriage or a union, a celebration that is over, and they're thinking about that. They're thinking about how to alchemize that energy, how to, how to balance this out. Okay, thank you for the hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, Now your thoughts are coming up here, collective, because I said the viewer. So again, if you're a cross watcher, don't get mad at me. Don't say nothing to me. If you're watching, you're watching at your own stake, okay? So however you want to watch. That's why I'm giving you the character, so you'll know who you are. You know who you resonate with, okay? So let your intuition guide you. You can't be confused. If you're not skilled and wise at shit, then that's you. Okay? You understand? You know? I don't know. Take that as it resonates. But and I finally figure who this is. Oh, this is Green Lantern. Oh yeah, this is the Green Lantern. Why is he this color? Somebody in the chat have to tell me which character this is, which from which series, because his color is different. He's orange. I don't ever see him like this, but this is definitely Green Lantern. That's Green Lantern, ain't it? Am I wrong? I might be. Or did my son paint this? Nah, it's Green Lantern. No, this is Green Lantern. Anyway, we have this villain. It's definitely not the good guy. Definitely not the good guy. Okay. Don't get mad at me. Somebody was being deceptive and interested in investing in this. And so you're thinking, the viewer, this person sitting here is thinking about how to be strategic about making an investment, a solid investment, to something that is dead and gone, something that's over, something that went away, something that couldn't get any worse. Again, we have Stan and Dorothy here. So this is like, remember, this is the ending, like it's final, but it's in reverse. So this one's thinking about recovering, this coming back, this ending, like things that couldn't get worse. Maybe, the ending, the worst has already happened. So what happens after the worst? Like what's next after the worst has happened? So maybe they're thinking about, like, now that the worst is over with, now. So this could be you, right? Now that the worst is over with, what whoever this is. How to take that as a resonate. Now we have our Shifu. Let's see what we're thinking about with Shifu with this. So Shifu here could be the one who's worried about their money, who's thinking about their bag. They could be thinking about themselves. They could be coming up here like, hey, I'm just gonna be narcissistic. I'm gonna worry about myself. I'm gonna worry about my bag. I'm gonna worry about me. So maybe they're coming up here in this narcissistic energy, like, I'm gonna worry about myself. Whoever this is. I don't know why they're worried about themselves, but they're definitely worried about themselves. They're trying to find balance. Tell me more. They could be a leader. They could have a following. Um, they could be thinking about how the relationship being over made them look, you know, fashion, which, maybe they're thinking about how people see them or how things seeing the fashion. Something about maybe they had to level up. Maybe they changed clothes. Maybe they're a reader, see tarot. Maybe it's astrology and things like that. But anyway, something that's just a side message. But they're coming up here thinking about, like I said, the separation. This is a happy union that they wanted. Or maybe, yeah, they're thinking about, I don't know if they wanted it, but they're definitely thinking about it. Something about clothing, and maybe they changed their style or something about that. Maybe they're thinking about how they look, about how their style, something about how they dress. So they could have changed to how they dress. They could be thinking about how they look, or they could be thinking about their clothing or something like that. Um, they could be thinking about privilege. They could be thinking about something about white tears. Are they? They're thinking about privilege. Who are they thinking? Who's privilege? Tell me about this fashion witch. Yeah, they're thinking about. They could be thinking about how they look. They're thinking about their clothes and their style of dress a lot. Again, they're coming up here with this narcissistic energy. They're thinking about themselves, and their money and what they got going on. Privilege. Um, they may be privileged. They may come from privilege. They may be a privileged person. They may come from. May have privilege, and they may be thinking about how to use their privilege. They could be a privileged person. They're thinking about using it. Okay, what is my viewer thinking about? Seven of Swords. Someone's being strategic, thinking about strategic. They're thinking about an offer, making a love offer, but they may not be able to get somewhere. Again, maybe no transportation. Maybe there's no way to get somewhere. Maybe there's an offer. There's an offer that they want to make, a stable offer, a very stable offer. With the King of Pentacles, with George Devereaux here, the spoiling Blanche Devereaux energy, wanting to be somebody dependable, loyal towards Virgo, Capricorn, and then the energy of Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. I'm not saying those signs, but right now you look like you're alchemizing this, being strategic with your emotions and how you move forward and put your time and energy into someone or a person or place or thing. Um, because alchemizing this water energy is like dealing with your emotions, your emotional state, and feeling adequate. This is Dr. John Newman, and he was a little person. And Rose, she was like, oh, should I date him? I don't know. She was kind of like, she was worried about rejecting him, and he ended up rejecting her. So something about rejection, maybe you don't want to be rejected or something like that. Or maybe you don't care about rejection. Somebody's like, I don't care about rejection. I'm still going, which is because he didn't show up anyway. So tell me more about this Knight of Pentacles. Um, you could feel a little um apprehensive or protective, or feel like this may be a challenge or something may be hard to do. Someone may feel like something's hard to do. This You may feel like it's hard to do that. The Ten of Swords. So we have the Ten of Swords here, and somebody's thinking about, like I said, this person here. Who you are. Whoever's not focused on their bag, whoever's thinking about a relationship. This one's thinking about a relationship and how to be strategic. But it may be a challenge. You may feel blocked, or you may be blocking, or someone may be blocking something. You may feel like you're blocking yourself from love. Ooh, I got it. You maybe feel like you're blocking yourself from from making an offer. You may be like, no, I don't want to make an offer. Like, I want to, but I don't. You see, like, apprehensiveness about offering love. So this person could be thinking about offering love, but like, no, I don't think I want to offer. I don't know. So apprehensiveness about that. But yet underneath is the desire to, but it's like almost like you're blocking that from happening. Someone's blocking that from happening. This person's blocking that from happening. Okay. And again, things couldn't get worse. So They're thinking like, okay, things can't get worse. Things can get worse. Things can get worse. It's the worst. And they're thinking about this person who so you're thinking about this person who they're outgoing, they're spontaneous, they say whatever they got to say. This could be you. This could be you. Yeah, there's a lot of people on the board. No, never mind. I'll take that back. Whoever this is, you're thinking, whoever this energy is, someone who's wanting to, who's blocking themselves from making an offer. Whoever's blocking themselves from making an offer, you're also thinking about a lot of other people. You're thinking about a lot of people. You're thinking about a lot of people in the situation. It could have been a lot of people involved, a lot of characters involved. Yeah. Look at all these people. We have a Queen of Wands, the Emperor in reverse, the King of Swords. Could have been a lot of people involved. Yeah, maybe no direction now. Maybe you're thinking about how there's no forward movement, how there's no direction, the Chariot in reverse. So maybe you don't have a car, maybe you don't have transportation, maybe you don't have a way to move. Maybe someone's thinking about that. Someone's thinking about transportation, how to move forward, or how to move forward. Lack of creativity, but a lack of passion. Maybe you don't have any passion. Maybe you're not uh doing things that you want to do, going places that you want to go. I don't know, lack of forward momentum, lack of creativity, lack of passion in maybe the bedroom or otherwise. But things are going in your favor though, despite whoever this is. So the person who wants to give an offer, this is not the person who's focusing on the bag, not that person, not the person who's more focused on privilege. The other person, the person who wants to make an offer, but they're blocking themselves from making an offer. The wheel of fortune is going in your favor. You could be thinking about making an investing your energy or your time into something. There's something that you're thinking about storing. I'm gonna do this. Something I'm really thinking about doing. What is it? Prioritizing. You're trying to balance your priorities. Maybe focusing on your happy ending. Your home that you really want, the love life that you really want. Your happy ending. Your Ten of Cups. Your wish fulfillment. Your Rose and Charlie Island. And you could be thinking about a loss. So let's talk about what we can do to move past this energy. So that's a great, I like that. If that's your reading so far, that makes sense to you. Your person could be focusing on themselves. They could be focusing on privilege. You could be trying to focus on your wheel of fortune. You could be thinking a lot about, what people have been said in the past, other people who showed up in the reading. But I'm gonna go to a spread on where you are right now. Where you are right now, let me see. Where you are right now ends in Superman energy. Mm, cool. Superman energy. You could be trying to save the day, save your own self, save people. You could be, um, yeah, feeling like a superhero. But I have the High Priestess in reverse. Maybe you're having a hard time listening to your intuition concerning your love life. You have the Ten of Swords. There was an ending that happened, and maybe you're having a hard time with that ending with the lovers here. Listening to your higher self, Clark Kent. Maybe you feel like you didn't learn your lessons. So that's what's coming up where you're at now. Right now, you're coming up like learning to listen to your higher self because of this painful ending and like trying to learn your lessons, trying to see the value of like what's the takeaway? What did I learn? That's where you are, where you're going. You now you're going towards more balance and balancing things out and prioritizing your things in your life. You're going towards nature. You could be spending more time with trees and things like that. Maybe the trees around you are broken or something like that. But you're going towards nature and balancing your priorities out. This could be significant to somebody. Maybe you're going towards laughing at yourself, being more comical, being more silly, more outgoing, more of a good friend, more invested in yourself and other people. Things like that, something like that. Prioritizing. I don't know why donkey's significant, but maybe you're moving towards the space of humor. That's where you're going now. You're going there. You're going from learning, not learning lessons to learning how to balance, prioritize. And you'll be coming from this saving people to more of a friend. Thank you for the hearts in the chat. More of this donkey. You may be being annoying. Hi, what you doing? Hi, why making waffles? Like you may be like the best friend of friends. Like you may be in this very happy energy. That's where you're going now to being best friends energy. Like hello Shrek. What else? Tell me more. You may be coming to you may the energy that you're going to now is you may be more less giving, less open. You may be not so much. I don't see you coming here to offer anything to anybody per se. Maybe you're closing yourself off. That's where you're going now. You could be going to start playing sports now. Maybe someone's playing soccer more or moving their body more. Could be a confirmation for sure. But then again, I see someone moving towards prioritizing. It doesn't look like love is going to be in the priorities for you right now. You're more so moving your body and exercising and focusing on a sport, maybe college sport or um, a sport, something like that, something that you like to do. Okay. You may have blonde hair. You may be European American or something like that. You may be good at sports, or you may like sports, or you want to get back into it. But I see you being friendly and being more active. That's where you're going. All right. What is difficult? What's difficult for you is going into the subconscious mind. What's difficult for you is being toyed with. Maybe there's something about believing that you were a real space ranger and finding out that you're just a toy. Maybe you thought you were something else that you weren't. Maybe you were like, thinking, I'm gonna get the aliens, I'm gonna get these people, I'm gonna get this, and they're like, okay, guy, there's no, you're okay, relax. There's no bad guys to get. So maybe that's difficult for you. I remember someone saying that, things like all girls are bad, all boys are stupid, all this is this. I literally had people say that. That was drilled in my head one time by somebody. They kept saying, all bees, all girls ain't this, all girls aren't this, all femmes are this. They had been cheated on by somebody, and so they believed that all girls were terrible because of this one person who did something to them. So there could be some overgeneralization, like, there where you couldn't tell him anything. It was like talking to a brick wall. So maybe difficult for you to hear what someone's trying to tell you. Maybe you just think, because you can tell Buzz Lightyear anything. He genuinely thought he was a space ranger. So maybe that was difficult for you at one time. You had this Buzz Lightyear thing, like no one could tell you anything. You just knew what you knew, and that's what's hidden, and that would be shadow work, going into the subconscious mind. Hello from Africa and Liberia. I'm so glad that you're joining. Thank you. Okay, let's go more into what's difficult for you. What's difficult for you is communicating. We have Dorothy Smorenak. She is a wonderful communicator. She's swift and fast. Maybe there's a learning disability here. Maybe you're not as quick or fast on your feet. Maybe you're more in your feelings. Maybe you have a hard time with words. Maybe you're not a wordsmith. Maybe there's a lack of reading and getting clever with words, and understanding how to use them. Use them different words in a sentence, writing, things like that. So maybe that's difficult for you to sit down and actually study and read. Maybe you like reading, but reading is not always fun for you. You know, maybe having maybe intellectual things are annoying sometimes, or maybe writing sometimes, or is hard for you. I don't know. or challenging, or maybe you don't make the time for it or something like that. What's difficult? Yeah, maybe making the time for it, like when, where, where would I do this at? Where would I have the time making a plan for it? Maybe it's hard to make a plan for that. That's what's uncovered, the Three of Wands. So we have the Page of Swords in reverse, not knowing how to make a plan of action. And we know this is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. What's difficult? What's difficult is coming out of depression and anxiety, and feeling like the worst has, it can't get any worse. This is the worst is about to happen. The worst is happening. Coming out of that. All right. What's their strength? The strength is now you're having better boundaries. Maybe you're protecting your energy better than you were before. What is the strength? A strength for you is laughing at yourself. When Big Larry came out just to put him down, SpongeBob turned into a clown. And no girl ever wants to dance with the fool who went and ripped his pants. No, I shouldn't mumble and I shouldn't curse, but the pain feels so much worse. You want me to sing the whole song, don't you? All right, so maybe you're learning to laugh at yourself. Because that's the whole point of the whole song. I ripped my pants. And he kept laughing about it the whole episode. If you haven't seen the episode, please go watch it. So thank you, hearts in the chat. So maybe you're learning to protect yourself more by laughing at yourself for you overdoing it. Maybe you overdid it one time. Maybe you kept, overdoing something. I don't know. Because this episode, he kept overdoing it. And, something like that. What's a strength for you? Maybe laughing at yourself. Maybe you're competitive. Maybe you're up for the challenge. That's a strength for you. So if you're a competitive person by nature, you could be up for this challenge in love. So Spirit's saying that's a strength for you. You're able to meet the challenge, to meet something head on, and you know how to defend yourself, you know how to protect yourself, you know. If you're blocked, oh confirmation, confirmation. 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 Oh my God. Confirmation. Oh my God. Such a confirmation about the. Oh my goodness. Confirmation. Um, if you are blocked, that's coming up as a strength for you. Because Spirit says it's going to give you a chance to see how much you really want this, how good enough you are. That is crazy. I've never seen that before. Look, this person is blocked and still going anyway. So you may feel like it's a challenge to do something. And what is it? What's the strength? Wow. There could be a person. So this could be a love reading for us. So this could be, I don't know, this is this new love? What is this? Our old love. What is this? So whoever you are, this is something. That was a separation. That was a divorce, a breakup. Okay. What's coming out here is a strength for you. Is you're able to face the challenge, whoever this is, that's not investing any energy, any time into you. Just make a plan on how to deal with them. Someone left, or someone's walking away from something to go towards a marriage. Someone's walking away from something to go towards a union. But I think that's your strength. That could be coming up as a strength for you. Yeah, I don't know. What's this is weird. Let me see. Someone's a regret. This is coming up as a strength. Damn, this is a wizard film. Something was definitely over with. That caused a lot of emotional pain. Someone to be stuck in their thoughts and someone wants to come back to a relationship now. Let's come up as a strength. I feel like the energy is so strong, y'all. This is and I watch other readers too, and now I know how they feel. Energy's popping up in the reading as a strength, but like your person's energy is so strong. Your person's energy is so strong because I'm trying to pull cards on you, and your person's energy is so strong that they're coming through in the reading. Your person's coming through bleeding through the reading. This is crazy now because this is now it makes sense. Since I was getting lost for a second, like what's going on? Your person's coming through in the reading. They're very sad. They're very sad about you leaving this union because that came out right at the night. Okay, so they had something to tell me because when I pulled this out, this all that came up on the Knight of Pentacles. So it's like your person came through the reading to say like, "Hey, don't tell them to be laughing at me or laughing about that shit because ain't nothing funny about this." That's basically how they came through. Look, I was hurt. I had to get over a lot of hurt. They feel like this person was reckless with my heart. They didn't care about how they hurt me, and this was a great loss for them when you walked away from the relationship. That's crazy. They came through in on your strengths. Like, yeah, they so strong. Let me tell you how strong they are. They left me. Wow. And this fell on the floor. So they came bleeding through. Whoever that is for. Okay. All right. That's come back to your show. I'm sorry, your person was like, damn, my bad, y'all. I'll pull that again. Your person is ruthless. My bad. Didn't I say ruthless? Oh my goodness. Your person is ruthless. Oh my gosh. I wasn't trying to pull that. Come on. What's their strength? Holy Spirit, activate. What's their strength? Your strength is leaving things behind. So you may have a propensity to walk away from things. You may know how to walk away. And that is a strength, believe it or not. Chase. Oh, Chase may be significant for somebody. Okay, his strength is Chase. Chase is the leader. So you may have this leader energy. He's the leader of the Paw Patrol. You know, maybe you're good at telling people what to do. Maybe people follow your lead. That's a strength for you. Chase energy. A strength for you is leaving. Maybe you're good at walking away from things. Yeah, maybe you're good at burning them down. Like I'll just leave. Maybe your strength is I'll just leave that. I'll just leave that shit alone. I'll just leave it alone. I don't care. Maybe you get this I don't care, I leave it alone energy. Yeah. And maybe that's always been balanced for you walking away, letting it all burn down. It all falls down. Strength. Something about somebody having the red car. Something about maybe they don't know. The significance of somebody. Strength. Maybe transportation is a strength for you. Getting around, maybe you drive, maybe you do Uber, maybe you do something with cars, something like that. That's coming up with strength. Your car, vehicle. And something about, hmm, making things less confusing or trying to come out something about confusing, because he makes you less confused in the game, right? He lets you know what's going on. You walk up to him, you press the little button X Y. He tells you the princess is in another castle. Mario, the princess is in another castle. So maybe something about the compositions. Maybe you're good at helping people be unconfused, or maybe you're good at causing confusion. Shit, maybe you're good at keeping secrets. Maybe you're good at keeping things stuck or getting unsettled. It's not unstuck. So maybe something about keeping secrets, keeping things hidden, keeping things to yourself. Maybe you're good at keeping things to yourself. Maybe you're good at keeping information to yourself. Yeah, something like that. Maybe you're good at keeping information to yourself. Maybe that's always been a good thing. All right, where are you headed now? Well, right now you're headed towards codependency. I don't know what you got going on, but you got Blanche Devereaux, the devil. So I don't know if you know this, but you might want to let go of codependency. Those are things that don't serve you, things that you're holding on to that you don't need to. Know how she's eating a slice of cheesecake and she's winking. So these are things that you don't need around you that will harm you. Someone could be overindulging in food. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be something. It could be a substance. It could be overeating. It could be under eating. Anything that's not serving you, and you're heading towards calmer water. So even though you have the devil attached to you, this could be a person too. I see you trying to head towards calmer waters, towards safety, towards more clearer thinking, to get away from a person too. You could be actually trying to physically get away from an actual devil, from a person. So that could be somewhere where you're heading. Confirmation. Maybe you're trying to come out of where you're going is like, maybe you don't have a choice in something. Tell me more about these choices, Holy Spirit. It feels like you don't have a choice but to leave something. You could be traveling. You may be really honestly leaving, go moving direction. You could really be like having to move somewhere, actually go physically move direction. You maybe have to stand in your own power now and take the lead into something. So you could be, like I said, leaving behind codependency, leaving behind attachments, leaving behind the emperor. I mean, I'm leaving behind, leaving somebody behind, this devil, whatever codependent, a person, place, or thing. Um, because something wasn't successful. You were not being a good friend, or somebody wasn't being a good friend to you. Maybe somebody wasn't being a good friend to you, or you weren't being a good friend to somebody. The Six of Wands here in reverse, and it wasn't successful, and now you're really thinking about that. I see that. That's really like somebody wasn't a good friend and you're really thinking about that, like, oh, I don't know. Thinking about this relationship that was very beautiful and wholesome and amazing and very wish fulfilling, being over, and that could be a lot in your thoughts, thinking about this person who you really love and had a close bond with. And you want to come out of like this apathy, of like sulking and lonely all by myself. I feel like you want to come out of that. That's where you're going to. And again, coming with a solid offer towards something. What's a solid offer? The Page of Pentacles, definitely a solid offer for sure. A stable, very, very stable offer. It's like you want to give all your time and all your attention to this person who you're not talking to, someone who's not communicating with you, someone who you don't have any communication with, someone who's not going in your direction, someone who's not facing you at all, someone who's, well, is facing you, but they're facing you with no communication. I mean, someone who has no communication with you, they have nothing to say to you. Somebody who's not talking to you at all, who's not communicating. And when I say not talking to you, they're keeping themselves at bay. If they are physically talking to you, they're being very quiet, and they're not working together with you as a team right now. They're not working together as a team right now. They have some new ideas. And the new ideas that they're having are not to sit and wait. They have some new ideas. And again, they're not working together as a team. Their new ideas is to not give any more time or invest any more energy. Like I said, they're back outside. They've called, they feel like judgment has not been all the way called yet. So they could be waiting for judgment to be called on it. Maybe you haven't spoken. Maybe that's why they're not talking to you because judgment has been called. Maybe there's something. Um, there's if you think you're blocked, you're not blocked. I don't know. There's a block here, but it looks like you think you're blocked and you're not blocked because it's in reverse. So there's a judgment. So even though they're not talking to you, you may think that you're blocked, but you're not blocked from them completely. There is a way to access them, I believe. What's this? Why they're not blocked? Justice in reverse. Their justice hasn't been served. They feel so something's still not done. So there's judgment is in reverse, justice in reverse. So they're waiting on justice. They feel like they haven't had justice in the situation. Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. That's why they're not giving any time or effort into the situation confirmation. So they feel like something wasn't isn't justified. They don't feel like something is fair. So they're not yeah, something's not fair. Judgment's in reverse, justice in reverse, and it's not fucking fair. They don't feel like something's fair. And that's why they're not talking to you. They're not putting any time and no energy into you at all or a situation because they feel like something's not fair. And then you have the Ace of Wands, but they do have a new passion. Where are they passionate towards? They want a happy, they want a union. I don't know if they're in a relationship, but they want to be in a relationship. They want a marriage. They want to be happy. They just want to be happy. And they don't want to work together with anybody. I don't know if you think they're working with other people. They got a lot of other options that they're dealing with, or they got you think they working together with someone. They're not working together with someone. They haven't put their offer into that doesn't mean they don't want to because they want to have this celebration. They just haven't found anything to invest their time or interest in. Yeah. They just experienced this loss from whatever y'all got going on. So they just haven't they're just in their feelings. They're just looking at the loss on the table. Yeah. Yeah, they don't really have any plans to like move towards. If this is a love reading, you think they're like, oh, they out there talking to someone. They're not. They're just outside. They're just having a good time. So I think what they're doing is they're in line, they're making themselves available. And if you want to know if they're making yeah, yep, they're making themselves available. So yeah, they're making themselves available for love. I'm just letting you know, like they are putting themselves out there. They're looking for an offer. They're looking for someone to invest their time and energy into, because they're hurt. They're just like they hurt. There's a lot of hurt. So there's like I'm just gonna I'm out. They're not rushing. This is the slowest card in the damn deck. So they aren't rushing in to be with anybody. They're taking their time to be with somebody. So if you're wondering, they want to guess they're not rushing out to get married to no fucking body. They're taking their time. They know that what they have to offer is very valuable. So that's why they're not offering it very easily. They're taking their time and they're scoping. They see that they're hurt. They know they're hurt. They're not confused. They know they're hurt. They know they're hurt. They know they felt lost. Where's my other card? They see that they're in pain. That's why they're taking their time. They're not trying to rush because they know they're just going to drag all this energy with them. So they're just taking their time and they're healing this. It looks like because they're right confirmation because they're looking at the pain. They're looking at the loss. Like I see it, they see it. They're not confused. That's why they're going slow. This is a very good person. I don't know I don't know if this is your person. This is a very stable person, somebody who takes their time and doesn't move towards things very quickly. They're very stable. Yeah, there's a contract, a marriage that was over with. There could have been clashing beliefs. Maybe you guys had different belief systems and things like that. Somebody, was like, God didn't tell me to be with you. I ain't supposed to be with you, something like that. Somebody was young and immature and very naive. And so this makes sense. Somebody's more mature, someone's naive and young. This is Blanche Devereaux's daddy, Big Daddy. That's Big Daddy and Rose. Think about Rose and Big Daddy being together. If you've seen the show, then you know those two characters is like One is super naive and just like what, everything goes over her head, and he's a millionaire. He's an actual millionaire, and she's she's for lack of a better word, she's a little slow. No roles. Oh my God. So this could be like your relationship. Maybe somebody's more wealthy, more mature, more stable, more grounded, and someone's more young and just like very naive and think and think they know what they're talking about and may not always know what they're talking about. Again, look how she's got the fish doing weird, something really weird, drinking a fish out of a cup. Think about that. And then Pisces energy. Why is it maybe just happy and delighted about weird things like, oh, a little fish, let me give it a name. This type of energy. So someone just, again, very not young, a younger person, naive. So we have a younger and older energy on the deck. So one's more mature, more stable. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then we have this Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Um, take it as it resonates energy. So let's get into what does this Knight of Pentacles want to come through the reading to say? This Knight of Pentacles is healing their heart. This person who's stable, who's secure. This Page of Cups, this younger person, they're starting to get clarity on the truth. It says clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. So that's what's happening currently. Where are they looking at? Where are they going towards? They're going towards not showing their true feelings, hiding their personality, gaslighting themselves, pretending. What are they pretending? I think they're pretending that they have changed their mind and transformed. I think they're telling themselves that, I think they're faking it till they make it. That's what it feels like. But I see why. Yeah, they're trying to ascend. They're just manifesting a new life. We call it faking it till you making it, but that's really what it is. They're just trying to figure out how to move to the next level. They're moving up. They may not be talking to you. They may be on do not disturb. Not today. Not dealing with hurt, avoiding conversations. They may have boundaries, still angry. They may be still hurt. Um, they could be avoid calling you. They could be avoid dealing with you. They could be avoid on talking to you at all. Says receiving what you need, passion arriving, moving on, closure issues. Yeah, they moved on. It's like they didn't need closure. They just said not today. This wasn't the most amazing love reading, guys. I'm sorry. Looks like they feel like there's still there's a soulmate energy on the board. They could be looking for a soulmate. Yeah, oh yeah. They're looking for a soulmate. They're just trying to grow in a sin. They're looking for a soulmate. Tell me more about the soulmate they're looking for. They're looking for balance. They're looking for somebody who's gonna be equally yoked, who's gonna balance them. Tell me about this butterfly. They're looking for somebody who is gonna be a wish fulfillment. They're looking for happiness, guys. There's nothing special about this one. They don't want to fight with nobody. You have a good person. I don't know what to say. If this is a love reading, and this is probably why my particular reading is not gonna do that great. Because whoever this is, looks like you had a really good person and you fucked it up. Or somebody fucked it up. I don't know whose reading that is. Somebody fucked it up. Somebody was being immature. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. Okay. Someone's being naive about something. Maybe there's clashing beliefs. Yeah. Someone had negative thinking patterns at one time or something like that. It could have been you or this person or both people. Could have been both because this person here is, you know, mm, I don't know. I don't feel like figuring that out. There's more people on the board. Something about manifestation. Yeah. It could have been other people involved because I see the wedding card here and strength. It could have been more people involved. It's a lot of characters. This does matter. It's King of Wands. Someone who would just get married to somebody so quickly and doesn't care. It's a lot. Mm, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna take the break though. That was great. I love your reading. Reading's great. Reading's fun. All right. Takeaway message. Three things the collective can do. You can transform and rekindle, renew. There may be it says butterfly relationship evolve to the next phase, healing the inner child. So maybe your relationship is going to another phase. Stop feeling like you're not good enough. You're good enough. Frustrated relationships, lack of confidence, self sabotage. So work on self sabotaging. Ooh. And say things like, I am abundant. Last pick, orange juice, cornflakes, and somebody with them damn bagels again. Cornflakes, Minute Maid orange juice. All right, guys, I will be on again. I have to take a break. I have to make a phone call. This is going to be a great phone call. I can't wait. Bye.